getting there. Okay. So, what we're going to do is go back in time just a little bit to about 1848. And in Greenwich in 1848 was a guy called William John Vernon. Some of you may have heard of him, it doesn't matter. But what he discovered was invisible forces. And everybody went, nah, those don't exist. And animal magnetism, and these things that we can't see. So what he said was, well, tell you what, you all gather. So he gathered the great and the good. So, yeah, into this room in Greenwich. Masses he got, I don't know if they were classed as the great and the good now, but they were classed as the great and the good then. He got MPs, he got bankers. And you can see how times have changed a bit, can't you? So he gathered all this great and good together into this room with the idea that if he could show you evidence of the invisible, then you're going to believe it, aren't you? And now with your skeptic heads on, you're going, no, I don't believe in invisible forces. However, the whole point of what we're going to talk about for the next half an hour is that people don't buy rationally. You buy through the subconscious, we buy emotionally. And that's the bit, and those are invisible forces to us. So this is what we're going to do. Okay, so some of you are going to have to stand up, others are going to have to just gather around here, because I know movement, eh? So those of you that are not near here, just come and stand up. I know you've just got here, but you can just come around and stand up and gather around this here, because we're going to duplicate what went on tonight. And they've just got here, but you just come and gather and stand up. Now, 1848, people came along and they had patronage, so what happened at that point was everybody covered them in money. I can see you're not really buying into this hugely, are you? I can feel that the money's not just forthcoming. However, can I just borrow a note from somebody then? Just borrow a note, just a note. Oh, there we go. Oh, Kevin, look at that. Yeah.
Still a bit wet.
I'm not even going to ask about that one. Okay, so this is what you need to do. You need to come round and gather around this. You've got to come round and actually stand here. So this is what I want you to do. Is gather around this. And actually what I want you to do is just look at that middle bit. Get as close as you can and look at that middle bit. And this is what went on that night. And all these people were there. Most of them sceptical about things that were invisible, they couldn't see. You can't actually see it, so can it really exist? Do these invisible forces exist? This is the challenge that neuroscience has now. This is the challenge that you face in that you're selling to the subconscious mind of people and you can't see it. It's not there rationally, but it's there, and that's what makes people buy, and that's where our profits are going to come from. So as you're looking at this centre dot, what I want you to do now is just look up at each other's faces. Go, now, look at each other's faces. Now. You can sit down again now for a second. Okay, now, what did you see? Vibrations, the faces. Now, did you really see that?
Yeah, it is.
It's the brain. You only thought you saw it. And this is where this starts to get interesting. Because you think you're seeing stuff. And this is what people buy on. It's what they think is there, not what's really there. So now, these invisible forces, the other bit he did, and this is with Kevin's note, is that he actually managed to capture invisible forces. And what do you think? Do you think notes can really float? Does that go against your intuitive psychology? What's called intuitive physics? That's the challenge that modern marketing has got. It's going against what we intuitively think is the case.